Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. And like I said yesterday, welcome to It Didn't Snow Again Last Night, Winnipeg. Yeah. However, weatherman is predicting snow today. Let's see if this still works. And when I say still works, I'll explain in a moment. Hey Google, what is the weather going to be in Winnipeg this morning?
The forecast in Winnipeg this morning is -6 degrees and cloudy. Currently, it's -6 degrees and cloudy.
Well, hey, no snow. I can take the cold, kinda. Okay, now, when I got up this morning, my Google phone is just inside my computer room, and as I walk in, it's sitting right there on the desk, sitting on the charger. And I look down at it, and I think to myself, oh, the protective case is coming loose. And then I look a little closer, and I'm thinking, my goodness, it looks like the screen has popped off. And I'm thinking, well, I didn't drop it or anything. And I did sort of have it in my hands yesterday, and it was fine. But overnight, I'm almost scared to touch it. See, I'll just hold it so you can see it here. There, yeah, you can see that. The battery has swollen, and it has pushed the screen up. It's swollen a lot. So right away I'm thinking, fire! You know, because you hear about these batteries catching fire. In fact, if you remember about 8 years ago, I guess it was now. No, it couldn't have been that long ago. Anyway, it was when I used to go to visit my mom in Kelowna, and I started flying instead of taking the bus. The airline wouldn't let you on the plane if you had a particular Samsung phone. Remember Samsung Galaxy something or another? They wouldn't let you on the plane because they were such a fire hazard. So anyway, I spent quite a bit of time. First of all, I Google it to see if my warranty's still valid, and it's expired. So it's about almost 2 years ago, I guess I got this. I can't find any records at all. My Amazon or my MasterCard account, it won't go back that far to let me check. I didn't keep any documentation, and I should have. But anyway, the warranty's only good for about an hour. And an hour, yeah, it's about it. I mean a year. And yeah. Then I check on, and it turns out that other people have had swollen batteries in their Google Pixel 7 Pro phones. One guy quite vehemently complained about it. He says, "Don't buy it." Okay, so I'm not alone. As one of the viewers and I were sort of kibitzing back and forth yesterday in the comments, misery likes company. Yeah, yeah. So I'm not alone. So I checked around to see where can I take this here in Winnipeg to get it fixed. It turns out there's a place about just a 10-minute ride. In fact, I'd go on my motorcycle, except I don't know. Don't want to get caught in a snowstorm. And after all, it is -5 Celsius. I mean, come on, Ron, give it up already. I can't give it up. I'm having so much fun on that bike. I was thinking earlier, you know, that bike has really been sort of a morale booster to me, you know. And yeah, anyway, enough about the bike. Okay, let's get going here. There's no sunrise to show you. Excuse me. And I did see the walkers earlier, but they didn't wave. No. Yeah, so I don't know what was going on there yesterday. I've got to finish touching up some of these little parts here, like for instance this one, for example, where the alligator clip is held onto it. I just got to paint the end there. So I may as well just quickly do that. I think I'm going to just quickly do that off camera, get it done, get them drying. We'll try and place some parts if we can. I can't remember exactly what step we're in because I've got my... Okay. Yeah, we're in step... we're still in step 48. Yeah. Even though we did page ahead to 49. Okay, yeah. So we're still in step 48. We got to try and be productive here. I remember saying, about 3 or 4 months ago, I said I thought this build would be done by Christmas time, but I can see now it's it's probably going to be spring at the rate I'm going. Too much talking, too little working. And I don't know what I'm going to do about my phone here. That's really too bad. It's still working. It could be that it's actually dangerous right now. There is the possibility that the battery could all of a sudden explode or catch fire or something like that. So needless to say, I'm not going to set it back down on the charger. I was using a wireless charger, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. I don't think so, because it's the battery that is swollen, as near as I can tell, not the thing that picks up the energy from the charging unit. Okay, I'll let you know what happens when I finally do something. I'm probably going to have to jump in the car this morning and take it to the repair depot. Or maybe I should phone them first and find out how much is it going to cost. It could be that I'm just going to think, I do not want to have a big extra layout of money right now, because I'm trying to remember that come springtime, I'm going to lay out a lot extra for the Goldwing. Once again, I'm giving you a lot of personal information that you don't need to know. I have a bad habit of doing that. Let me just recompose here after I have touched up these little pieces here. Yeah. I know my thoughts are kind of muddled, but I wouldn't say worried about my phone. I'm just perplexed. Okay. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi.
Do I see snowflakes out there?
Yes, we went across the bridge and all around the bottom of the kiddie park because it was so beautiful when we left here and a little bit warm. And we just got to the bottom of the kiddie park, and all of a sudden I noticed a few flakes. It seemed to get really cold all of a sudden. And so we've been walking home in this, but we got home ahead of the snow. It may not stay. My sister says out at Carmen, though, she was using her power shovel on her steps, her back and front deck. And she says it's winter there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Carmen.
And Carmen would only be about 30 miles south of here, of the city, in a straight line.
Yeah, right. I think they got caught in that band that's been coming down Dauphin and Brandon.
Okay.
You know, and probably,
Oh my, here comes the snow. And there goes my bike ride. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, I guess you kind of figured it out by now that Max is not feeling quite as spry as he was yesterday. But last report is he's feeling a little better right now. Okay. Now, moments ago I went and shut the heater off that was underneath the motorcycle that I turned on first thing this morning in anticipation of getting out. So I guess we can forget about that, because even if it stops snowing right now, it probably won't dry up. So, but you know, I did get out yesterday, and I've had a really good summer. If somebody had have asked me, you know, back in the middle of the summer, how long do you think you're going to get to use that bike? I would have said, well, if I'm lucky, maybe to Halloween. But I got past Halloween by quite a bit. And yeah, I can't complain. I got out yesterday, had a good ride. Yeah. Okay, let's get on here. I think what we're going to try to do here is drop some more pieces down that we have yet to drop down. For instance, this part right here has to be assembled, and it's made up of these pieces here, I believe. Well, I know this one for sure. And also this one goes here, and then this piece goes on the end, like so, and then we have to put one of these, I think this little rod right here that I can't pick up. Okay, that has to go in there, I'm pretty sure. And I'm trying to figure out what is going to be the best way to do this now. I think maybe, I don't know if I should glue this rod. You know what, I should recompose, because you're way too far back. You can't see what's going on here. Yeah, you're too busy looking at the snow, aren't you? Me too. Okay, let's do an easy one first. This piece right here is this one right here. And it's pretty clear where it has to go. Where's Tony's tweezers? There they are. Okay. Now you see there's a little bit of a tongue there. Goes in this slot, and this piece is supposed to be sort of suspended somehow. Once again, it'll be something that's going to be probably fairly easily broken off. Hope I didn't have my fingers in your way there. I just suddenly realized that. I'm going to have to recompose here and grab this differently. Yeah, because when you let go of it, it's not going to want to stay straight. So that means the entire thing is somehow supported by just that tongue, just sort of hanging there. I suppose in real life that's the way it was. You know, and it's not part of this right here, so it has nothing to do with this. Okay, let's recompose here and see if we can glue that up. Am I going to have to use some sort of a jig to hold it for a while so that it will? Yeah. And do I use the quick setting or the regular extra thin? Okay, I have noticed here by manipulating this around a little bit that if I put it in the way you just saw it, where's my pointing stick here? Not only does it fit into that slot there like it's supposed to, it rests on this rib right here. So I'm going to take advantage of that, and that way I'll have at least a 2-point connection instead of just one real precarious one. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to use the extra thin because of its extra good melding properties. It'll go right through the paint eventually. Okay, that's maybe a little more than I was kind of hoping it wouldn't do that, but it did. And you can't see me doing it off camera, but I'm also wetting the tongue part of the. Okay, probably didn't need to, but okay, so we can get this in here now. Without smearing it around all over the place. Okay, now you can't really see it happening, but I'm going to be dropping some extra thin from the other side and just hope that it wicks down the top of that rib All right, now this should, just sort of working it back and forth here. Now, when the plastics meld, it's going to be a reasonably strong connection. It almost looks like it could rock a little bit this way. Okay, I think that's pretty much straight. I'm looking more or less straight down on it right now. Yeah. Okay. We'll just leave that for a few minutes. Now this goes at a bit of an angle. I don't know if it goes at that much of an angle, because then it'd be leaning against this part right here. But that's where it goes. Whoops. Now I don't want this to slowly slump over in the wrong position on me. I think it's going to stay there. Doesn't look like it's moving to me. Oh my, it's 12 noon already. Okay. Now this shaft, which we'll just lay right here for the time being, has to plug into that little hole that you're seeing right there. I'm just showing that to you now because you're not going to be able to see it when I turn it around and try to position this. I'm just doing a dry fit here. You can see there's a part coming down that's supposed to go in like that, and then this thing sort of sits there like that. There, it's sitting there all by itself. Well, that's kind of nice. That means hopefully it'll do it when I get some glue on there. And I don't know if I should maybe, whoops, losing it here. I know some of you are thinking, Ron, you lost it a long time ago. Yeah. All right, where's my extra thin here? We're going to moisten the hole. And then I think maybe what I should do is I will, rather than risk smearing it all over the place, I think I'll try and put this in place and then bring in my applicator from the side later. Okay. Oh, now it doesn't want to stay there. Maybe if I kind of wiggle it around here very carefully. Yeah, I should have known that was going to happen. Maybe I'm going to have to tilt this whole thing this way, if you know what I mean. But then it'll stand there all by itself. I might have to just take this out until I do that. Okay, now change my jig here, like that. I don't know if that's still in focus, and if it's out of focus, well, I guess that's the way it goes. Okay, it almost has to be, sorry if I'm getting my hand in your way here. There. It's almost perpendicular now. Maybe it's too perpendicular. Bring it back just a little bit here. It looks like it right there. I missed a little spot when I was painting. Alright, now if I was to bring some extra thin in from the side and try and glue it down, or maybe I'd have to say glue it up, because the this whole thing is supposed to be at sort of on the overhead. Now, can I come in here? I'm going to probably have to get into your light a little bit. Just let me recompose. Okay, using my hypodermic needle here, I just want to see if I can put a little drop on. I was finding that when I was sort of doing a dry run with the Tamiya extra thin applicator, it was just a little bit too heavy duty here. And so what I want to try to do now is I'm slowly pushing on the plunger, trying to put a little bead of glue on the end there. Oops. Well, it kind of worked the way I wanted it. Maybe what I should do is put it down there and then squeeze. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see, we're going to have melding going on that we're not going to be able to see later. Okay, well, we're waiting for our glue to evaporate. May as well touch this up. Once again, it may well be in a place that we're not going to see anyway, but oops, don't knock it over. Okay, I think once that 66 dries, it's going to blend right in. Okay, it's getting on here this afternoon, and I don't know if my coffee visitor is going to be feeling up to coming over or not. Now, you can see where this is supposed to go in like this. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. Or wait a minute. Is it supposed to plug into that end? Let me check the manual here. It's supposed to go this way. I was wondering why, when I plugged it in there, that it didn't want to seem to fit properly. This is going to be very, very precarious, isn't it? Okay, is that right? I didn't think that this rod was supposed to be at such an angle, but maybe it is. So let me check the manual again. You know, I got a feeling that I'm going to have to cut this episode off here. Why is that not staying? Okay, now let's not go breaking it. Now, if I was to just be able to glue everything like that, okay, then we've got another piece here. This has to go into the other hole at the other end. Well, let's worry about this first here. I'm pretty sure I've got that right. Yeah, I can't see how it could go differently. So let's get our glue here. See, can you see that? Maybe I should be swinging it around. You know what? I like to be able to use my macro lens, and I really don't have time to do a lot of adjusting here. So I think what I'm going to do here for this episode is call it quits for today. In case you're wondering, there's still snow on the ground just like the last time. In fact, it's slowly snowing again right now. So I will not be going out. I think possibly yesterday was my last ride for the season. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.